Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be unboxing the DS-7600 series Hikvision NVR. We have a box containing our accessories. We'll have a look at that in a minute. We also have the NVR itself. And we also have the CD and instruction manual. The accessory box contains a USB mouse, the power cable, the cable for connecting the hard drive, a remote control, a Cat 5 patch panel lead, a mounting bracket, and some additional screws which most likely would be for connecting the hard drive. The NVR itself, that's the front of the panel there, has the power, looks like a disk activity light and a network connectivity light, and the USB socket. Air vents on the side, air vents on the side, and then their connections on the back. This is a close-up of the back of the unit. We have the connections for the 8 cameras, which are PoE connections. We have audio in and audio out, our VGA and HDMI, our LAN connection and our USB, video out, power lead, power button, and the fan. Today I'm going to be unboxing the Hikvision turret camera. This is the model DS-2CD2355FWD-1. We have the installation CD and instruction manual, the mounting template so that we know where to drill the holes for mounting the unit, plus the hole for the access for the Cat 5 or Cat 6 cable. We have some covers for over the Cat 5 cables, probably to help improve the waterproofing. We have some wall plugs and screws, and then we have the camera itself. Very well packaged. So we have the camera and the IR lights. So there's the mounting holes, and here we have an access panel where you can insert a micro SD card, and there's also a reset button underneath that. Because I'll be attaching the cameras to the Eaves, which are very thin fibro board, these wall plugs are not going to be much use to me because they're more designed to go in actually into a wall or into the mortar joints between brickwork, etc. So basically something solid. So I'll be using these hollow wall anchors. This one is for surfaces that are between 0 and 5 millimeters thick, and the way they work is that you drill an 8 millimeter hole, you punch that in until, I'm not quite sure if you can see it, those little spikes grip into the board. Then you tighten up the screw, and that causes this part here to expand and grab hold onto the underside of the board that you're attaching to. Once it's nice and firm, you then unscrew the screw totally out. You then put your unit up to the holes and put the screw through and reattach it. There's a picture there that shows how it will appear as a side profile. Okay, so I have my Hikvision NVR in my hallway cupboard. It's currently connected by a LAN cable to my Fritzbox router, and up there I have the 5 connections to my outdoor cameras. Currently then obviously not connected to my NVR. So now I'm just going to reach around the back here and turn it on, and you can hear it start up and the green light is on at the front. Let's go have a look at the SADP tool. Okay, so we want to download the SADP software, so we go to hikvision.com. We click on support and then we go to downloads, and over here we have a couple of subdirectories. We click on tools and choose SADP. Gives us a description and the download link. We click on the download link, agree with their general terms of use, and choose a directory to download and click save, and your download will be saved when it's done. Now that we've downloaded the SADP tool, there are two ways to kick off the installation. The first is in your web browser. If it shows you your downloads, you can just click on the file. Otherwise, you can open up your File Explorer, navigate to where you've downloaded the file. In this case, it's the download directory, and you should see the SADP tool.exe file. Just double click on that. So what I'm going to do is go back to my web browser and double click on that. Windows will ask if it's okay to install the program, and once you've acknowledged that, it'll start up the installation wizard. Okay, it's a simple matter of following the steps. It's asking what language, where to install it, and then this if you want to review it, and we go ahead and install. And it's asking if we want to create a desktop shortcut. I'm going to uncheck that. Okay, we get this error message about not being able to add the NPF service. I don't worry about that, so I just go continue, and then I don't want to start the application at the moment, so I just choose finish. Okay, starting up the SADP tool. We get the Windows security prompt asking us if we would like to run the program. We choose yes. And now I'll go turn on the Hikvision NVR unit. Okay, now that we've clicked refresh, we can see our NVR. Okay, so now that we've found the unit, we just click on here, and it's now asking that we modify the network parameters after the device activation. So now we need a new password. Okay, so now I'm going to click Hit Connect, and it's asking for a verification code. So I'm going to enter that in now. And we go confirm and activate. I might go security question mode. Confirm. So now I can change the IP address. So I'll turn off the DHCP, and I'm going to set my own IP address. and I need to put in that password that I created earlier. Okay, it's now been set. So now I should be able to go to that website address in my browser. And there we have it. So now we log in with the password. And we don't have any video cameras set up at the moment, so that's about it. Okay, so we've set up our NVR to be on the IP address that we want, and we log in, and as you know, we don't have any cameras set up, so now it's time to go back to our NVR and patch our cameras to our NVR. Let's go ahead and do that now. So I've now connected the cameras. If I refresh the page, we now have our 5 cameras showing. To see a picture of what the cameras are seeing, we go over and click on the little icon to the side, and as you can see, that's camera 1. We click here to indicate where we want the next one to show, and we choose camera 2. We click here for camera 3. We click here for camera 4. If you were to double click on one of the images, you'll actually see it goes to a full screen. Double click obviously to go back. We are now viewing our feeds from our cameras, but as you can see, the names of the cameras are a little bit non-descriptive, so let's modify that. We go to configuration. On this side we choose image. Over here we choose on-screen display settings. We choose the camera that we want from the pull down list, and we change the name right here. So in this case I'm calling it garage because it's located outside the garage. Then we choose the next camera. This one is going to be called lounge because it's outside our lounge room. Then we choose the next one, which is outside our bedroom. Then this one will be called backyard for obvious reasons. And lastly, this one, which will be called the back patio. And there's our cat laying there at the back door. We now have our camera feeds showing with the names of the cameras down in the bottom corner, which is a lot more descriptive than just camera 1, camera 2, etc. Just going back to the configuration page, there are a couple of other options that you can choose. So you can have the display name disappear from your feed. You can also turn off the display date, and as you can see, if you turn that option off, the display week is not visible. If you want the date but you don't want the day of the week displaying, you can turn that option off as well, and you've got your 24-hour or 12-hour time format and then the date format, all pretty obvious. So what I might do for the garage one is I'll turn off the display week. On the lounge room, I'm going to take off the display name, for example. And on camera 3, which is the bedroom, let's change it to transparent and flashing. And I think that should be enough to give you an example of what some of those options do. So let's go back to the live view. Okay, so I want that to be the garage, that to be the lounge room, that to be the bedroom, and that to be the backyard. So as you can see, there's the flashing transparent text going on and off. So on the garage, what we had was the day of the week, I should say, turned off. As you can see with the other ones, it's got Sunday currently there, but on this one it doesn't have the day. And over here we asked it to turn off the name of the camera, the display name. So now I'll just go back and put those all back to how they were. So once again, all I need to do is choose display week, go back to the lounge room one, choose display name, and the bedroom one was transparent and flashing. We don't want that happening. And going back to our live view, we can re-enable all of these. And if you wanted to see the back patio, for example, obviously you can only see 4 at a time, because down here you've only got the option of 1 screen or a 2x2. I've got 5 cameras, so if I didn't want to really see the back patio, for example, I would have that one selected and just choose, sorry, I'd have the backyard selected and choose the back patio. And there's my cat still laying at the back door, the lazy thing it is. What do live cats have, hey? So I'll choose backyard again. There we go. There may be times that you want a certain section of your video to be blocked out for privacy reasons. It's easy to do. For example, let's go to configuration. Under image, next to the on-screen display settings, we have privacy mask. We choose the camera that is involved. We make sure that it says enable privacy mask and it's ticked. We click on draw area and we draw the area that covers the part that we want private. We choose stop drawing and we go save. It's now been saved, and if we go back to our live view, and I'll just select all of the others just so you can see that none of those have changed. When we click on the bedroom one, you can now see the part that I've marked out as being private. Okay, to remove it, simply go to configuration, choose the camera involved and choose clear all, go OK and save, and now it's back. And if we go back to live view, we can see that it's now recording that whole area again.